Start.
Hello to one and all. My name is Miss Meera and I welcome you all to the activity arcade. I am so glad that there are so many children who have logged into the session. So do you know children, this is the month of December, the last month of a year. So why don't we make a promise and do some good thing? Yes, this good thing will help us and also to our environment. So for that, I will require few props. I am already wearing one. This is a newspaper apron and I will be wearing the another one. That is this. Now, what do you think I have become? Am I a teacher? No. Am I a doctor? No. Am I a barber? Of course no. So, I have become a chef who will be cooking something. So, come, let's go, come on.
So today I will be sharing with you a very nice interesting recipe. Do you think for whom I am making this recipe? Can you think, children? For you? No. For your mother? No. For your father? No. Let me tell you. I am making this recipe for our Mother Earth, for our nature, for our environment. I am making a recipe of a compost. A compost is something that is made out of natural waste materials. Now these waste materials are added to the pot and it is kept to rot for many days, and when you add this rotted thing to the soil becomes very rich. When the soil becomes rich, the trees and the plants that grow gives lots of good fruits, good flowers, and also helps us in return. So let's get started and be the environment chefs. Let us feel very proud that we will be helping our Mother Earth. So, do you want to know the recipe? Yes, I'm sure you want to know. So let's get started. So I have taken this particular recipe from a book named as Compost Stew, an A to Z recipe for the earth by Mary McKinnell Shiddles and illustrated by Ashley Wolf. So here are we, the environment chef. So what we have to do? Firstly, we have to keep a pot ready, the pot of our compost stew. So here we are the environment chef. Here's the recipe for you to fix from scratch to match a batch of a compost stew. Let us make a note. The ingredients that we require for making a compost stew. One is apple cores. When we finish our apple, when we do not want to eat more, we generally throw that particular seed to the bin. No, not right now. But we will be adding that particular seed to the pot of our compost stew batch. So that is our ingredient one, that is apple cores. Next is banana bruised, the overripe banana that we do not want. We can add to the pot. Coffee grounds with filters used. When we make a coffee and the leftover filters that we have, that we can add to the pot. Dirty cloths crumpled. Whenever we go to the garden, there are a lot of muddy cloths which are of roots and the dried grasses. Those are called as dirty cloths. So that we can collect and add to the pot. of our compost stew. Next is our eggshell crust. From the kitchen, when we finish making our omelets, we do not throw the shells into the bin. We add that to the pot of our compost stew, the eggshell crust. Next is fruit pulp left behind or mushed. So the fruits which are left behind and we do not want to eat them more. So that we can add to our pot. Next is grass clippings, the dried grass from the garden. So those all batch we can collect together and add to the pot. Next is hair snippings. Whenever we lose our hair or whenever we go to the barber for a haircut, we have to collect all the hairs together and add to our pot. And an insects or two. Yes, you're right. We have to add insects. So just add to the pot and let it rot into a compost stew. That's right. Let it rot, rot and rot. Next is the more that we can add to our batch is junk food leftovers. Whenever there are leftover food which we do not want to eat more or if it's rotten, then we can add to the pot. Kitchen scraps, the leftovers of the kitchen, the things that are not plastic. We have to segregate all the natural things and the plastic. Remove the plastic and add all the kitchen scraps into the pot. Also the laundry lints from the dryer. Whenever we finish washing our clothes, from the dryer we get material that is of the leftover of the washed clothes, the lints of the laundry that we have done. So that we can add to the pot. Mold removed from the garden beds. Whenever we clean our garden, whenever there is a cleaning done in the garden, we come across a lot of piles of dirt from the garden, which is of dried leaves, dried grass, mud. So all that we can collect and add to our pot. The nut shells, whenever we finish having nuts, the shells that are left over behind, we can add that to the pot. The oatmeal, paper shreds, when you finish a notebook and you do not want them more or you want to throw the notebook away, tear the papers into small pieces and add those to our compost pot. Quill feathers. Whenever you go to the garden or when you go for a nature walk, collect all the feathers of the birds that are lying on the ground and add that to the pot. Next is remove bread crusts. Well, when you make sandwiches and you remove the crusts, those crusts you can collect and add to the pot. The seaweed strands of you. When you go to the seashore, on the side of the seashore, you will find a lot of seaweeds. Seaweeds is the sea plants that are inside the sea. So those which are dried, it comes to the beach, to the shore of the beach. So that you can collect and add that to the pot. Just add to the pot and let it rot into a compost stew. Yes, that's right. Let it rot, rot and rot. Take tea bags from the long hot swimming. Whenever mummy makes tea, the tea bags that are there. So remove those tea bags and add to your pot of compost stew. All the vegetable trimmings, the skins of the vegetable from the kitchen. Finally, this is our key ingredient. Add wiggly worms from compost craving. Children, this is a very key ingredient of our compost stew. If this ingredient is not added, your compost stew will not be very yummy for Mother Earth. So to make it very yummy, we have to add wiggly worms. Just add to the pot and let it rot into a compost stew. Yes, let it rot, rot and rot. Finally, some garnishes that you have to do. One is moisten. You add a little water to it and then toss it lightly upside down. Upside down, toss it lightly. Once done, then cover and let it brew. Let it be for there. Let it stay for some little while, for a week or so. And when the cooking is complete, Mother Earth will have a treat, dark, rich and sweet. So, here whenever the cooking of our compost stew is done, Mother Earth will be very happy to find something which is rich and which is very sweet for her. So, are you all excited to open the pot? Yes, so am I. Now open the pot and what have you got? Can you guess? What will we be making? Yes, that's right. Yippee! It's a compost stew. So here is the end. Happy composting. So children, you can try this recipe and make compost stew at home. I'm sure it will be very rich and it will be very healthy for our Mother Earth and so for us. So I am Meera signing off from the Activity Arcade for today. Happy composting. Bye.